Hey everyone, I just want to make this quick video to try to explain what's going on with a question that seems to be confusing everybody a bit. I think there's a couple of reasons why it's confusing, but I'll explain it first and then I'll tell you a big hint at the end that'll, I think, clear things up. So let's jump over right away, share my screen. The problem is this one right here, 1.68 on your homework tonight. So the question says, explain why all carbon-carbon bonds in benzene are equal in length. And then it gives you a sentence that you just need to fill in just one word, actually, to complete the sentence. In the actual structure of benzene, all 6 carbon-carbon bonds are equivalent and equal in length as a result of what? And that's what they're sort of showing you on the screen here, is that each bond is that length. Why is that weird? Because there's 2 different kind of bonds. There's this one over here that looks like a single bond, and this one over here that looks like a double bond, which would normally be different lengths. The double bonds are shorter, more electrons pulling the atoms closer together. The single bond is longer. So something's going on here. If they're the same length, then one can't be a double and one can't really be a single bond. So something's fishy in this whole situation. And this arises because we have this kind of unique situation here. When we originally drew that structure of benzene, there were 6 carbons. They were sort of in a ring like this. And I apologize for the drawing on the screen. It's really, really ugly. The 6 carbons were in a ring like this, and there's 2 different options ultimately for how we draw it. So bear with me while I draw it out. Each carbon has a hydrogen bonding to it. I won't draw the hydrogens in because that's not what this is about. But they're out there. Okay, so now the thing is, where do you start putting your double bonds? You've got to put in 3 double bonds and they're going to alternate, but you can start putting them in here, here, and here, and that gives all carbons 4 bonds. Or you could have started putting them in here, here, and here. So notice here that the same bond in this location here is a single bond, or in this version, it's a double bond. So we have a special word for this situation when the molecule could have been drawn either way. And the molecule could have been drawn this way, and that's essentially the exact same as drawing it this way. So that's the word that goes in this blank, which probably is getting pretty, you probably know the answer now. The unique thing here is that when we can draw it both these ways, there's a breakdown in our drawing model here, in our Lewis structures model. It's not either a double bond or a single bond, but the real bond is some kind of an average between those 2 situations. If you can draw it 2 equivalent ways, the real molecule is an average or some kind of hybrid between those equivalent ways. So that's where you get that same bond length, is that this bond here in this location is an average between 1 and 2. And what's the average of 1 and 2? Add it up, divide by 2, and you get the average is 1.5. Same thing with every bond in this structure. This bond here is 2 or 1, which would also be an average of 1.5. So every bond in this structure is an average of 1.5 bonds. So if you're not already thinking about the right word for what this is called when that happens, then you really need the next tip. And this is really a problem with the homework, is that if you click this link to text, it's going to take you to section 1.6. But section 1.6 actually does not discuss this issue. So that is completely a wrong link to the wrong place. And if you link to that, you can't get out to the right section because it doesn't show you the whole index of all of the stuff. So you either have to get out of this or go find it. I can just open my book and show you that this real topic is actually in section 1.5. So if I go to section 1.5 and open it up, you could flip over, or you can just get out of the homework and go look at section 1.5 separately, but I'll show it to you right here. All of section 1.5 is actually about this specific issue. Starts right there. So that's the section you actually need to go to learn about this topic. Anyway, hope that makes sense and helps you solve that problem. See you next time.